Hello everyone. How's everyone doing? I know I was running a little late. I hope everyone saw that notice on my Facebook and Instagram. So, how's everyone doing? I hope everyone's having a fantastic Thursday night. Thumbs me up as you come in, share me out if you can or if you're able to. And we'll get started when people start coming in. And if you wonder what I am eating the veggie burger. So I hope everybody's enjoying themselves. I see we're starting to get people in the door. So how everyone's day? I hope it was productive and everybody stayed happy, in a good mood. So let me know what you guys are doing. I have shared myself out, so hopefully we get more people coming in the door. I'm living better. How are you? Living Better, you are my featured channel because I did not upload a video, so I didn't able to give you your shout out in a video, so I'm giving your shout out on the live. Your link is in the description box for anybody that wants to come see your channel. And I did give you your Instagram shout out earlier. Hey Taylor. So hi Shantoy the world. Yeah. Yeah, I almost forgot my meeting earlier. I had set up the live to go live at one time, and then I forgot. I forgot that I had to attend a Zoom meeting. So it was like, let me hurry up and go and switch this out so everybody knows it's 6:30 instead of 6 o'clock. But what has everybody been doing? We do have a topic for tonight's discussion. I picked this topic because either everyone, I'm getting tangled up in cords over here. Either everyone is starting to come up with a new plan of what they want to do in their professional lives, or everybody wants to be an entrepreneur or just grow in the business that they are pursuing themselves in. So it got me to thinking about, are people, myself included, are we really following our dreams? Meaning, are you happy with what you are currently doing? Because I know growing up, I had a lot of dreams. Thinking the first thing I ever wanted to be in life, I actually wanted to be a baby doctor. Not a pediatrician, but I wanted to be an OBGYN. I had the obsession with the Cosby Show, and the first thing I ever wanted to do was be an OBGYN. Then after that, so I wanted to be an OBGYN until about the age of 9 or 10. And then after that, I was like, oh, now I want to be a lawyer. Still, with the whole Cosby Show reference, I wanted to be a lawyer. And I didn't know what type of law I wanted to practice. I just knew I wanted to be a lawyer. And then, fast forward into, okay, let's see. Taylor just said she just finished a poetry and just finished some poetry in her scrapbook. So yeah. So after I went through my OBGYN phase, then I wanted to be a lawyer phase. By the time I got to middle school, I was really unsure about what I wanted to do. Then I was like, high school. Now it's really time to figure out what you want to do. So when high school started, my high school had a program to where you could get like a teaching certificate type thing where you could like work in preschools. And I was like, well, I've always loved kids, so maybe I should think about being an elementary school special education type teacher. So I went through that. I got through the first half, and then after that, I was like, I don't know if I still want to be a teacher, so I didn't finish that. But when I graduated, I had decided that I'm still going to be a teacher. So when I first was thinking about colleges, I had the perfect school in mind to go to. Well, I'm glad you finally made it home, Eat to Live Strong. So, yeah. So by the time I got out of high school, I definitely knew I wanted to be a teacher. But I was like, okay, now I know I want to be a teacher. So I found the perfect college to allow me to do that. They were known for their teaching program, but I was like, I don't really want to go to a 4-year university right away. So I was applying to community college that still had a good base teaching program, but then getting an assistant to go to an on-campus school stopped me at the moment. So then I took some time off, and I was like, okay, when I was taking my time off, I was really just styling and doing a lot of things in fashion, reading magazines, watching TV, giving my opinions on people's fashion. So I was like, oh my gosh, why didn't I ever think of this before? Why didn't it ever come to me before? So when I finally applied to a school, I was like, I know what I want to be. I want to open my own clothing store, which I still want to do to this day. So I say that all to say that, like, you might dream of something at once, and you can have many dreams, but are you really going to follow your dreams? And why don't people follow their dreams? And it made me think, is it a money factor that whatever you decide to pursue as your dream, it might don't make enough money for you? And so you want a career or a dream that's more stable? Or do you honestly just think if you go after your dream, you're going to fail? So that's the discussion I kind of want to have with you all, because I know we've all had different steps in our careers, in our lives that's gotten us to our dreams, or we're still working on what our dreams are. So does everybody actually have a specific dream that they are working on at this current moment, current season type thing? Is there something that everybody's working on that they dreamed about? Or have they actually accomplished their dream? I'm curious. I want to know. Because for me, working on my dreams, I'm still currently doing as far as finishing my degree. I've had to put my degree on hold because of my school shutting down a year ago, and finding a new school right now is a little difficult. So my dream for my degree has been deferred for a little while. But I still want to have my clothing store and still be able to do YouTube, because I've really never seen myself doing YouTube. It was never a dream. I just knew that I liked doing YouTube. And then I was like, well, I could do this and it seems fun. And I feel like I have something to say, something to offer the world. So why don't I just do YouTube? So now YouTube has become part of the dream, the fashion dream, and all of that type of stuff. So is everybody right now following their dreams? That's the question I am posing at the moment. Let's see what people are saying. Taylor says, I didn't start writing poetry until 12th grade when I took a creative writing class. I knew nothing about creative writing. Taylor, I also took a creative writing class when I was in high school. I enjoyed it. I had been doing a lot of creative writing back then. I still do it now. We had to learn all the different styles of poetry. Living Better says, launching a successful business and website. Well, I can't wait to see what this business and website is going to turn out to be. I'm sure it's going to be a wonderful thing. Yeah, launching a business for some reason never seemed scary to me. It just seemed like something you just knew you would have to work hard at. Need to Live Strong says, yes, I was bouncing around so much. That wasn't until MS, and then it kind of came to the surface. Yeah, like, I definitely understand bouncing around from dream to dream, because I wasn't really sure. Like, I had tons of dreams. And I think we all go through a period in life where we bounce from dream to dreams because there's so many different opportunities in the world and it kind of be confusing. So I would mostly say if you have a hobby, your hobby can be your dream because nowadays hobbies are turning into businesses, which is turning into multi-million-dollar companies. Living better. I think this question is for you. It says, what is your website going to be about? Taylor wants to know, so if you would like to share. Yeah, business is most definitely a thing. And there's so many different types of businesses. Like I've seen from hair extensions to crochet businesses to actual building, but I really am seeing a flourish in like online businesses. Like years ago, online businesses, there were a few, but now people like to shop online. Give me a second, guys. Okay, I'm good. But online businesses have become a giant business in itself. Look at Amazon because Amazon, you can find anything on Amazon. Amazon is like your one-stop shop. You can even order all your groceries on Amazon at this point. Anything you need. And you get fairly good prices. And now that discounts are starting to be a thing, I think at the end of the day, anything you dream you can have as long as you are consistent and working towards it. Guys, it is hot today for some reason. So, what was everybody's first dream? I'm curious. Like when you could remember your very first dream to be anything, what was it? Okay, it says owning, Need to Live Strong says owning and operating a company still did not satisfy my hunger. Now that I'm stable with a great education and doing something that I really want to do and still work for myself. I can understand that because even though I want to own a business someday, I still want to, in my mind, change the world. Like, still be able to give back and change the world and make things better. So I can kind of do that all together, which is kind of good because owning my own company would satisfy me creatively, and YouTube satisfies me creatively as of right now. But the other part that I still do outside of those things is like making a difference and wanting to help people with whatever their needs are will satisfy the other part. Taylor says, especially online shopping during the pandemic. Yes, online shopping has taken over even before the whole situation because I feel like the only thing I don't like about online shopping is waiting for it to arrive. But I like the fact that it's like an instant click and you don't have to wait in line or anything. Mm-hmm. Let's see with the website. My website is about vlogs, posting, and showing clients how to decorate their homes by using my techniques and advice and saving money. See, living better, this is why I always tell you, when it comes to like holidays, I'm gonna have to get you come do my table escapes and decorate. Cause I like to decorate, but I really don't like to decorate. Like, I like having the ideas and I can plan it out in my head, but I don't like putting it all together. And I know that's your forte. So, yeah, when it comes to holidays and table settings and things, yeah, I'm gonna need you to come do that. Like, I can pick it out, but you can make the arrangement. Yeah, so your website gonna come in handy for me. Because I like picking out things like all that interior, like picking out the items, but laying it out so it look cute. I can do that. I just don't like to do it. So I'm gonna definitely need you to come decorate. But works for me. Hmm. Taylor says my childhood dream was to be an actress. I kind of wanted to be an actress at one point in my life. See, I've always imagined that my name, I was gonna be in Hollywood somewhere, being on somebody. I was gonna be in Hollywood. My name was gonna be in lights, cause I just love to perform. But yeah, I can definitely see where the actress thing came from. Well, I appreciate you putting it all together. I really do. I definitely appreciate that. But but I think people just don't follow their dreams because they're afraid, or they're afraid that they can't afford it, or they're just afraid of failing at it. But I really don't think you can fail at something. I think the only way you can fail at something is if you give up trying at something, because nobody's most likely going to get it right at the first time they try something. Is going to take practice. Like, you can learn things hands on and you can learn from a book and you can learn from somebody watching. But until you're in that element of it all, you're really not going to know how the situation is going to work out for you. I think that's why we all change our dreams so much, because as we evolve as people, our desires and dreams will change. So even the dreams that we know are going to take a little while to accomplish, they even change, you know, and evolve. What? Taylor? I didn't want to get ripped off when I signed a contract. I probably couldn't handle price and fame. Hey Journey, how are you? I'm well, and how are you? So Journey, the question that the topic, but it's a question. Are you following your dreams? And we've talked about how you can start out with one dream and then it can change to something. And we're really breaking down the question of why don't people follow their dreams? Is it because they're afraid to fail, or is it because they can't afford to do whatever that they dream, or what's the case? She says, hello, to Liz. I love your content. I'll be in the background. Okay, Journey. So that's what the question is. So I'm just looking at. I did ask this question on my Instagram, so I'm gonna check my Instagram and see what everyone is saying. Because I asked this question on my Instagram, and I asked it simply at first. Are you following your dreams or are you not? Is what I asked. And then I went back on my Instagram and asked, why aren't you following your dreams, or why are you following your dreams? And I'm curious to see what the people have said, because I knew this would be a topic that a lot of people would have their opinions on, and I want them to be able to share it. So I'm just gonna go check and see what people are saying. So from the poll that I took on my Instagram, there is the people that looked at the story said 100% yes, they are following their dream. And then I also asked why or why not. So I think people are learning that to be happy, since 100 people said yes to this question, since they are saying yes, that they are doing that. Let's see. Okay, you guys have. So I think that was a great question to ask, and I love that people actually got involved in that. Journey. I took my old Instagram down, and I made a new one yesterday since I came back to YouTube. So now that my YouTube break is over, but I will drop my Instagram link in the chat so you can go follow me there. But I've only had this Instagram for like 2 days because that's where I usually get the most information instead of YouTube sometimes. So here I'm gonna just drop that in the chat. 'Cause Here's the new one. Yep, I shut the other one down, but I just dropped the new one in the chat. So it should pop up. So that'll take you to my new Instagram. And your comment says, I was just thinking the same thing today. Life is too short. People need to start living their dreams. Yes, I would definitely agree with that. Because what if your dream is to travel the world, see the world, or taste new food? Some dreams don't have to be complicated or anything like that. They can be something simple. They don't have to. They will be. I just want to you. Thank you. So yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. Like at this point, even if you have to start out with the smallest dream possible, you can start somewhere. Even if it's like, I'm just gonna take 5 minutes out of my busy schedule to do the one thing I've always been wanting to do, but I haven't had time. I've been too afraid to do it, or whatever the circumstances of why you haven't started working on your dream. Maybe if you start with just taking 5 minutes of your time to work on that. Here's a poem. Taylor, what poem? I don't see. Did you text it to me or are you putting it in the chat? And do you want me to read it on live for everyone? Because I hear you typed, here's the poem. So if you want me to not read it on the chat, let me know. Or do you? I'm not really sure what you want. But if you want everybody to hear your poem, I can read it, or you can hide your face and come on camera and read it, or are you just telling me? I'm not sure exactly what you're telling me about your poem, but I definitely would want to however you want to send me the poem. Yeah, text it to me. And do you want me to read it on camera or no? Because I will not read it if on camera if you don't want me to. But just text it to me. For you to read. Okay, it's only for me to read. Okay. You can just text it to me. And I'll read it when this is done. Guys, it sounds like it's about to thunderstorm. I think that's thunder, so I think once it starts storming, if it's going to storm, sometimes I don't know. We're gonna have to end this live early if it starts to thunderstorm and lightning. That's a whole nother thing. But yeah. But I think working on something that you're passionate about can also be a dream. The most things that you never think of usually turn out to be something you really want to do. Sometimes we do things just for convenience because we live in survival mode. So we do things that help us to survive, but they really don't make. Hello, fire and air. I appreciate you having me running while you're at dinner, and I hope wherever you are safe and your dinner is delicious at that. But I am most definitely happy to see you. It's not. It's a little strong since it's raining in where she is, but it's not raining over here yet. But I did hear the rumbling, but I don't hear the rain yet. Taylor writes poem to say, "Oh my God," to say, "Well, the Wednesday." Yeah, I'm waiting. I haven't seen Taylor's poems. I know she's written them. Guys, I can actually. She says I can actually read the poem on the live from the text message I just got. Taylor, is this the whole poem you just sent me? Let me know. She said I can read it, but I'm not sure if this is the whole poem or is this just one part. So, guys, y'all might be getting a poetry reading in a second. As soon as I figure out is this Taylor's whole poem, and this little thing keeps trying to cover my eyes today, but we get. But while she's waiting, well, this is a short poem, and this is Taylor's poem. It's not mine, and I'm not taking credit for it. I just had to get that out the way. This is Taylor's poem. It says, fearless, not afraid to hold on tight, not afraid to take the flight, not afraid to spread my wings, not afraid to try new things. Taylor, your rhyme scheme in that was awesome because all of that basically rhymed. So just in case you didn't hear what I said, I'll read it again. It says, fearless and not afraid to hold on tight, not afraid to take the flight, not afraid to spread my wings, not afraid to try new things. So that is Taylor's poem. And Taylor, I like that it rhymed, because usually when I write poems, they do not rhyme. They're usually like free formed in the poetry section of the world, but that was Taylor's poem. And Taylor, I think being fearless is a dream for a lot of people. Because I think we, as people, do grow up with some fears that we try to overcome. And I think that poem plays into people's dreams because you have to be fearless in dreaming to take a chance on your dreams. So I do appreciate you sharing that poem because it does take a lot to not be afraid and try new things. And I think when you start out with a dream, your dream is something new. It is definitely something new that you have to plan and nurture. And it's like, well, if I dream Journey, I'll read it again if you didn't hear when I said it. I can read it again. So Taylor's poem says, fearless and not afraid to hold on tight, not afraid to take the flight, not afraid to spread my wings, not afraid to try new things. So that was her poem. Her poem is just all about not being afraid and trying to be fearless as you possibly can. But sometimes I think your fears can drive you to dream because you're just like, well, I'm tired of being afraid or not being able or letting my fears stop me from what I want to accomplish. So sometimes fear can be that driving force for your dream. And you just have to think, okay, I might not be able to do this at this time, but if I take a little step every day, then I'll get there. And we have 5 amazing people in the building, and I do appreciate that. And Taylor, you're getting praise for your poem. Let's see. It says, Taylor, your poem is beautiful and amazing. I love how your words are so inspiring. So do I. Her poem was amazing and inspiring. And I think sometimes we just need something we hear, something we see, or someone to just motivate us to take a leap of faith to get at least one step closer to whatever we dream. But I'm going to drop the link in the chat for anyone to come up on stage and tell us about what they have going on, or do they have new content coming out or something, or if you want to type it in the chat, you don't have to. But I want to make sure I know about everybody's new content before the rain comes this way. Because it sounds a little bit far away, but I want to make sure that everybody gets a chance to talk about their content. So does anybody have new content coming that the chat, the fam should know about coming up? I do have content. Yes, keep writing and sharing. I agree. I agree with you, Living Better. Taylor should keep writing and sharing her stuff. So I do have content coming tomorrow for you guys. There will be no live tomorrow. It will actually be a video. Yes, fulfill. Yes, Taylor should keep writing and fulfilling her dreams. So does anybody have new content coming out with either later on today or tomorrow that they want to tell us about? I have new content coming out for you guys tomorrow at 6 o'clock. It will be, I'm not going to tell you what it's going to be. So just look out for that. I'm still in the process of editing it. And I know today was supposed to be a BoxyCharm video. But, y'all, I recorded that video. And then when I went to go edit it, it was a hot mess. That video was a hot mess. It was way too long. And the important information I wanted in that video was not in that video. So I scrapped that video. Eat to Live Strong is coming. Hello.
Hey, I'm going to try and do this without your friend squawking. But Fitness Friday is tomorrow. I'm going to have 2 guests on the panel. I'm going to get this wrong. Yoga with Mo and, oh God, Virginia
Sweets.
Yes. And they're going to do homework.
Mac wants to talk, so she's gonna keep telling us about her Fitness Friday once Mac stops squawking. And if y'all don't know who Mac is her beautiful bird.
The aggravating bird.
Well, beautiful and aggravating.
Start at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. I always give people about 5 minutes to get in. I think I'll open up the panel at about 7:45. So if you're coming, try to please get there by 7:35 at the latest.
Sounds good.
So we're gonna, of course, that'll be one person that'll talk about yoga, and then the other one, and they both do their exercising at home.
Sounds good.
And that's basically it, because I'm going to take a rest now. So
good. Yeah. You definitely need the rest.
Yeah, especially after what I just went through.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to call you about that when this is over.
Yes, please.
Oh, I will. I will.
Okay. It's nothing serious, guys. It's just how goofy I am at the store, but all right.
True.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and step down because she's not going to let me do great.
All right. Well, you heard it here. Eat to Live Strong is doing her Fitness Friday tomorrow at 7:30 with her guest panelist, Yoga with Mo and Virginia Sweets. And y'all gonna learn about some yoga and some other little fitness things. I am going to have my video. It's going to premiere at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. It's not a very long video. It's a short video that I'm sure you guys will enjoy. And then I will be going live again on Saturday at 3 p.m. If there's anything y'all want to talk about on Saturday, you can type it in the chat now. Or you can DM me on Instagram, which, for those of you that don't have my new Instagram, since I took down my other one, I am going to drop it in the chat again. So here is my Instagram for you guys to follow me. And since I will be bringing Wisdom Wednesday back on Wednesday, if anybody also wants to give their inspirational message for this week's Wisdom Wednesday, you can also send me that on Instagram. And if anybody has any ideas for Saturday's live conversation, let me know either in the chat right now or on Instagram. I put out the link for my Instagram. Tomorrow's video will come at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And hello to whoever just walked in the building. I appreciate you for being here. If there is some kind of content you want to tell us about, I will drop the link, or you can just type it in the chat. And yes, Taylor was able to put her poem in the chat. And let's see, is there anything else I'm forgetting? I don't think so. So if one of my wonderful mods would like to tell me who is alive and we can do a raid, please let me know. I will also look for someone that is live right about now, because I can't tell, because guys, I had to turn my notifications off pretty much earlier. So I haven't gotten my notifications. I had them off for about 2 hours because I was in a meeting. So I turned off all my notifications and I was recording. It's a lot easier to record when I don't have my notifications on. So if any of my mods know who is live, please let me know. Matter of fact, you don't have to tell me who's live, because I found who we are going to raid. We are going to raid Peace, and we're going to raid Peace and Love 101. Thanks, Brown Girl. Bella is live. Okay, Renee. So I'm going to drop the link to Peace and Love because she just started her live. And I don't think I've ever rated her before. So I'm going to drop the link to her. And as soon as I can pull it up. And we're going to raid her because the rain is coming my way. And I do not want the internet to conk out on us. So give me a second and I will drop. So be the difference clothing on it too. Yeah. So here's Peace and Love. So we're gonna read Peace and Love. Love 101. And I'm going to drop her link, and you guys are going to go over there. Wait, 7. So if you guys can, hopefully the rain will hold off for 7 minutes. Taylor, what was the meeting for? There was an usher. I am on the usher board at my church, and we had a meeting about how do we move into phase 2 since the phase 1 of opening the church. So that's what we were discussing. And guys, I'm gonna try and hold up for 7 minutes. So, and then when we hit an hour, I will drop the link to Peace and Love, and we'll go over there. But we're just gonna wait 5 minutes so I can get a complete hour, because I didn't even realize that. I was just thinking about the rain. So Taylor, that's what the meeting was about. How are we supposed to work on phase 1 about trying to move into the church? And being an usher, we have to come up with a new seating, collecting protocol, and they're trying to figure that out. So that's what that was about. It was a very short meeting, but honestly, I forgot about it until I had finished filming the video that I was working on before I went live, and then yes, Taylor, my church isn't open right now. We've been doing online church, but since things around here are starting to move into a phase of reopening, we are trying to get an early start on how to do that as a church, and the ushers have to be involved in that part, because we still have to be able to seat people and do all of that other stuff we do as ushers. So we have to come up with a group and easier way to do that now. But my church is not open yet, and it's still online. Honestly, I'm gonna have to sometime tonight or tomorrow morning replay Bible study, because I'm pretty sure Bible study is almost over. Yeah, because it's 7:40. Bible study starts online at 7 o'clock. So I'm going to have to rewatch Bible study tomorrow or late tonight. But I have been enjoying online church, and our virtual choir has been very good. And online Bible study has been very good too, being able to live chat and ask questions, and nothing's really changed with that, because we're still being able, with live chat, still being able to communicate. It's just that we're all not sitting in the same room. So I've been enjoying online Bible study and online church. So we have about 2 minutes left. Yeah. As I've said, as I wrap this up, if you have any ideas for Saturday's live conversation or something you guys want to do, you can type it in the chat now or send me a message or DM on Instagram. And even if you're watching this after the live, my Instagram is linked in my About section of my YouTube channel. So if you ever need to know what my Instagram is, my Facebook and Twitter is there also. But when it comes to messages, I usually check Instagram first. So, yeah. And if you want to be a part of Wisdom Wednesday segment by giving your encouragement of your message of encouragement. You can also let me know about that on Instagram. And Eat to Live Strong was the first one in my life today. So she will be getting my Instagram shout out tomorrow. I will be doing that. And we have officially, according to StreamYard's clock, we have officially hit the 1 hour mark. So I want you to go over to Peace and Love and rate her and type in Jasmine Easley rate. I typed it in the chat so you know what to type. And you guys should be seeing it now. So I'm gonna get out of here. Yeah. I'm gonna get out of here and I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow at 6 p.m. for my new video. And I will see you guys back on live on Saturday. And as I've already said, go over to her and type in Jasmine Easley Raid, and I will see you over there. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or something you want to let me know, DM me on Instagram, and I will see you guys soon. Bye for now.